this might not look like a video about making coffee in an Aeropress, and it's not. It's actually just about maintaining your Aeropress and the parts for it. And what we're looking at is a rubber seal, a plunger for the Aeropress. So we now stock these as a separate item. They're very reasonably priced, and if you use an Aeropress a lot, there's two things you might notice. One is that over time, a lot of time, the bore in here and this will not form a tight seal, and it just kind of pushes down too easily, so that you might want to just get a new seal for that. The other reason, which is the impetus for making these videos, I went online looking for a answer to a question I've had a lot, which is that I get sticky rubber Aeropress seals over time. And recently I have a trailer, and it gets very hot and very cold, hot in the day, cold at night. And with those temperature changes, I realized that my Aeropress plunger become incredibly sticky. So sticky meaning that it's like excreted material on the surface. And what I'm doing right now is I'm soaking it to take that off. So my big question is, what is this stuff? And I could not find that online very easily, so we got the answer straight from Aeropress, which Alex emailed us and said that the sticky excretion from your seals is a combination of coffee oils and mineral oils that tend to leach out of seals that have been sitting unused for a while. This is particularly true if they've been sitting in a warm place. The sticky material is natural, but it's not washed off that easily. So I've been using warm water and just a sponge, a scrubby sponge, to clean these off, and it sort of works. But it seems that this solution works better. What I'm using right now is Tabz, just in some water. So this is a typical Ernix, a product that you run through a commercial coffee maker. And we like the Tabz. This container will last you forever. And then there's these little 3 packs of coffee machine cleaning powder, which are a good mild detergent. So you can just take some out of there and soak it in there. One thing I would not recommend with an Aeropress, and really with any plastic coffee products like a Clever Dripper, is using really strong like espresso machine cleaner, like Joe Glow or the Ernix Cafezza, because I think that those etch the surface of the plastic. We even had a plastic brewer, a different type, that we cleaned with that, and it was like we could smell the plastic afterwards. So you don't want to use something so strong that it etches the surface. Another thing that happens with an Aeropress over time, like this is the newer model, the gold type. These older ones, is that they just scratch up at the top. And that's not ideal. I don't know why. I swear I didn't put any sand in with my coffee. But what our consensus is here, I was talking to some people, Ryan downstairs and stuff, is if it's discolored, I don't want to go to any great lengths to clean it, especially using something like Cafezza or something, just to make it sort of not stained looking. This is perfectly fine to use, and I think the reason they started making Aeropresses not so clear but tinted is so that if it's a little bit discolored, it looks like it's supposed to be that way. So the other thing that some people don't know is the plunger, as you may know, excuse me, I don't have enough strength to do this. There we go. Just comes right off, okay? And you can pop that on. Like I said, we have the spare plungers available. Sorry about that. Self-shot videos are, you got to do it all yourself. The other thing I just want to mention is that we have another filter option now. So these are your paper filters, and a pack of them lasts you for a very long time. Nonetheless, a lot of people like the permanent filters. And what we have now is we have a kind of a typical one, and this works great with the same grind you would be using. A permanent filter, and basically the manufacturer just wanted to have us use these two, and they work good. It's much more of a French press style if you like this sort of, you know, thicker coffee. Stand a spoon up in it. You can also use these together, but it can make the attachment of this a little bit difficult to attach to the body of the Aeropress. But the great thing is these are the set of these two. This would have been $6 retail price, and we just basically give you this one, so it's $6 for the two of them. And you can play around with those, but this is going to be the one that most people want to use. Okay, just some thoughts about Aeropress, and specifically what the goo is. And so you're by the way, the Tabz formula is turning this color. It's dissolving it. This just looks clear and sticky, or you can just feel the stickiness on it. It didn't look all sort of weird and sort of like glue or anything. Okay, thanks.